Good evening, everyone. Welcome to our Gold Call here in the Truly Rich Club. I am Grace, your host, and you'll be joining me for another amazing income multiplier series where we meet our speakers. Exciting topic that we have tonight. But first, let's greet our TRC members in the chat box of our TRC dashboard. Comment nyo naman po how long you've been a member, TRC member, and where you are watching from. Hello, everyone! And very exciting topic tonight. And also, sorry, baka may nanonood po sa ating social media platforms. Also, share where you're watching from. And curious question, isa po ba yung, do you also plan to have a resort? Is it one of your goals and dreams in life? Kasi this exciting couple, isa yan sa mga tanong ko sa kanila. Did they always dream of owning a resort, a global destination style pa nga. So, yun yung isa sa mga curious question ko about them. Also, we're very curious if how they manage to do business as a couple and that synergy of that and working also with different cultures. Baka meron dito, no, mga OFWs po. We have a lot of TRS members who are also staying abroad. What are you curious as to how does this couple deal with cultural differences? Ayan. So, come on in and join us in our Gold Call for tonight. And this is our income multiplier series because of our upcoming, very much upcoming TRC Wealth Conference on September 7 and 8. Woohoo! Exciting, exciting! Grabe to. Kasi different industries yung na-encompass ng ating wealth conference. Income multipliers if you're planning to go with real estate, content creation, digital products, investments, properties, what else? Education, meron din tayo dyan. Entrepreneurship, food business, sagot na namin kayo because you might meet your mentor here in Wealth Conference 2024. So exciting day. So if you haven't secured your ticket, just go to wealthconference.ph and we're doing this gold call to meet yan ang ating speakers so you can get to know their background because of course very limited yung time natin. Lagi namang ganon. We have very limited time to meet and listen to our speakers. So I think parang extended format natin. So what are you curious to find out? Ayan na, nagko-comment na sila watching from Doha, Qatar. Hello, Miss Marisa. Ayan, parang may familiar name. Pangalan niya, Edmark Bustos. Hi, bro. Hello, everyone. Meron din from parang galing sa recent stock market seminar natin to mga Cavite. Hello, hello. Ayan, of course, meron ding mga OFWs. Hello, everyone. Welcome and welcome, officially welcoming you now to our special Gold Call Income Multiplier series where we meet our speakers. And very exciting for tonight kasi we're not just meeting one, we're meeting two. They're the dynamic duo behind the popular YouTube channel by Losses Squad. So we have Anna and Eric by Losses. Our topic for tonight is humble beginnings to global destinations because our power couple consists of two nationalities yan, Russian and Filipino. And they've captivated the audiences with their unique cultural experiences as a blended family. So we're very curious with that background. And of course, curious din kami. Kasi ang ganda-ganda po nung kanilang business right now, Torres Farm Hotel and Resort. And we want to know, how did that come about? How did they come up with this successful business right now in hospitality and tourism? So let's get to know this power couple and let's learn from their backstory as we let them in. Hello, hello. Good evening.
Thank you
Ayan,
for
let's
having
unmute.
us.
Yes.
Hello, everyone! So
We're so
exciting!
excited. Yes, grabe, parang dream ko rin naman po magkaroon ng resort, pero global destination peg kasi ang ating Torres Farm. So we're curious, lagi bang naging ganun yung concept niya? But on the love and relationship side naman, how did that start for both of you? We're a very loving nation. We love
True.
those
Tama ka.
stories.
So yung
And
una-una
so
guys, thank you so much for inviting us to speak. It's a very big
We're
honor
very
for
excited
us.
tonight. Kaya po, hindi na namin papatagalin. We'd love to give you as many minutes as we can to learn from your story and giving you the platform now. And let's get ready to meet our power couple, Eric and Anna Bailases.
All
Yes.
right. So
Mhm.
actually, it's new to us na kami yung magto-talk about business. Kasi mostly na i-invite kami or always
Feature.
na-feature kami sa mga show. It's because of our unique love story. But this time, it will be about business. So first, I want to introduce myself. I'm Eric Torres Bailosis, and I'm the president of the Torres Farm and Resort. It's the happiest place in Cavite, which is where you can tour around the world in one day. Diba? Yes.
So yeah.
And by the way, this is Anna, my partner in crime, my Miss Universe. Diba? Yes. Okay. So, ang gagawin muna namin is like, I'm gonna introduce my family. My family came from Naik, Cavite, and my mom is a lawyer, my dad is a banker. And so, ano kami, na pinalaki nila kaming parang maging professional. And I graduate in UST, University of Santo Tomas, where I took Bachelor's of Business of Administration kasi parang pre-law ko siya. Like, gusto kasi ng mom ko na maging lawyer ako. But when I graduate in college, we got a letter from US Embassy that our petition got approved after 21 years. So, there we go. So, the dream of being a lawyer is parang nawala na kasi we need to move to America. And after a month of preparing all the documents, kasi hinabol ako kasi magti-21 years old na ako that time. So, hinabol talaga naman ko para makasama nila ako. Then when we get to America, we stayed in Cleveland, Ohio. Hindi kami napunta sa LA kasi yung Cleveland is where the petitioner, doon ang galing yung tita ko. Then after 1 month, we found a job. Like me and my siblings, we work at, our first job is McDonald's. So it's really fun because I'm a cashier. My sister is a cashier. My brother, who's a nurse, became a griller. So for 1 month, talaga sa McDonald's kami. And it's fun kasi we got paid $5.15, which is around 250 pesos that time, that's a daily job, daily rate na dito sa Philippines. So sabi namin, wow, grabe makakapag-ipon tayo dito sa Amerika kasi we're getting paid hourly. Then after a month, may na-meet yung parents ko sa isang grocery store, a Filipino couple, and they invite us na doon daw kami magtrabaho sa Japanese restaurant, which is Benihana. And the manager is Filipino. So, nung nag-apply kami doon na nakuha agad kami na me and my dad, and I became a kitchen helper. So, ako yung taga-saing, ako yung taga-lampaso ng sahig, ako yung taga-linis ng mga grill na mga hibachi chef. And after a month, that's the time they start training me to be a chef also, to be a hibachi chef. Pero nung nakita ko, sabi ko, bakit yung mga waiter, parang ang dali ng trabaho, nag-aano lang sila ng mga table napkin. Then, yun, nagpaalam na ako sa manager ko na, can I just be a waiter? Kasi I have asthma that time. Baka mag-trigger. Then, yes, Anna, your story?
Okay, so around that time, nakilala kami. So before that, I'll tell about myself. I'm Russian. I'm originally from Russia. So if you can see another picture, so that's my family. It's just a small family of 4. I have 1 sister, and I was born in Yurga, very, very small town in Russia. It's Siberia. So the coldest place on earth, as many people think. My professional background, my both parents actually electric engineers. So I have no background of business in my family, no training for that. And same as siguro with Eric, my parents wanted me to become a professional. So I graduated in Tomsk Polytechnical University, Bachelor of Crisis Management, which is bankruptcy, commercial bankruptcy. And then I continue my education in US in marketing and I became international student on the point when I met my husband Eric.
Yeah, so this is our picture
This is
together
us.
when we
First
first
day.
met. Yes, oo. So I remember that day nung sinabi sa akin nung Filipino kong manager na, Eric, I hire a beautiful girl. So I was like, wow, really? Okay. So she will be in the front. Siya yung maghahatid. Parang siya yung hostess na magdadala ng mga customers sa table. So that time, naririnig ko na yung mga ibang katrabaho ko na, magpapakilala ko. But fortunately, I'm the first one who introduced myself to her. Parang, hi, I'm Eric. And that time, si Ana, nahihirapan pa siya mag-English that time. Kasi parang fresh from Russia siya. Kumbaga, the accent. But it's so cute. So, dun yata ako na in love sa accent. Yes. Then, ito yung life ko sa Benihana. So, I used to be a waiter of LeBron James, like the superstar in NBA, and mostly the Cavaliers. So, naging expertise ko yung pagiging waiter. So I stayed there for 11 years because I love what I'm doing. So I think it's also naging key ko siya, kaya I'm more sociable because of the 11 years being a waiter. Kasi kailangan, how to make money, I need to talk to my customer.
Magaling siya. Siya yung the best server at Benihana. Kaya so proud naman siya.
Yes, oo. So, siguro kaya na in love si Ana because of how good I am being a waiter. And Ana that time works as a manager of some hair clips in a mall. Then after no, naging waitress din si Ana in a Japanese restaurant, pero hindi na kami magkatrabaho. So, it's a Japanese across the street of my workplace. Yes. Then there we go. So after,
so actually, like about a little bit about our love story. So I was international student only for 3 months in US. Then I came back to Russia, and that's the time we had almost 1 year of LDR, long distance relationship. So he called me every single day, I think morning and evening. So that become routine namin to talk to each other. And then at the end of that year, he invited me here in the Philippines. As you can see here, he had an underwater proposal to me. Very romantic, yung my partner in crime. So it win my heart. Okay, let's just say it. So that was 2007 when Eric proposed to me. And after that, we decided to live in US, where we actually continue our love story. So after this, okay, if you can see, so our love story continues, and we had our first child, Nicole, in 2009. And, a lot of things changed. If during when we were, when we were just a boyfriend and girlfriend, we had, we were working, we were earning enough money for life. Let's just say we lived comfortable, and our mentality was just like going out, eat out and spend money on us. Like Eric, for example, Eric bought a Mercedes. So he wanted to show that I'm making that much money without actually we couldn't even afford it, honestly. Like if you give us a chance right now, we would not buy it. But before, we did not have any idea, what's next in our family. But everything changed once we had our first child, Nicole. That's the time the hardship came. My parents in Russia, his parents were in Philippines, so we have no help. We had so much sacrifices. Eric have to, for example, if he works full time, on his days off, I would be the one working. During those days, like we almost did not meet,
see each other.
Yeah. Another problem was we had a hard time paying bills. So the Mercedes become really expensive, toy for us. But we have to stick. So for 1 year of like our daughter being young, like we didn't enjoy. We didn't I think even the first crib we bought for her when she was 6 months old. So it was very, very tough. Yeah, what can you say about that?
Yeah, so actually that time yung parang alam mo yon, I have a beautiful wife but I cannot buy her stuff. Kumbaga nadurog, kumbaga sabi ko sa parents niya, I will take care of your daughter, and doon parang hindi ko mabili siya ng magandang damit because not enough. We're
At very, very siya, he's so kuripot.
Yeah, but because I don't have any.
Yeah.
Kumbaga, yun ang mahirap. Kuripot ka because you don't have any money to spend. So, hindi sabihin kuripot. But anyway, so, for some reason, hindi ko alam kung may nagbigay sa amin ito or may nabasa ko lang siya. Pero nung nabasa namin, that becomes a life-changing.
That book, yeah.
Yeah, that book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki, it becomes a life-changing to us. So, nag-register kami sa kanyang mentorship where a person scheduled to call you every week, yeah, para to kung ano yung nagawa mo sa that day, ano nagawa mo for 1 week. So, to exit the rat race. So, parang ganun yung natutunan namin. And that's the time I realized na, okay, so maybe I can be a real estate agent. So I become a licensed real estate agent in America, and especially that time, recession. So every time I attend a seminar, they say it's an opportunity. So I was like, oh, very right timing. So even the stock market, I do a day trading where also they say like everything is cheap. Pero yung ginawa kong day trading becomes the most stressful event in my life where hindi na ako nakakatulog kasi I need to wait for American market, Asian market, European market to see paano pag nag-open si American market, ano yung itataya kong stock. So, grabe. And that time, I got wiped out. Kumbaga yung savings namin sa America got wiped out because of stocks, and unfortunately sa real estate, it didn't as well work. So, kaya doon nagkaroon na realization, maybe this is not the country for us. Kumbaga, sabi ko like ko sinasabi kay Ana, moving to Philippines, and let's see, ano tingin mo doon?
No, it was like realization. Okay, this is not the only country that we can live or we can try something, because we both international. We're not coming from US, so it was a little bit hard in terms of leverage. We didn't have help for our kids. So on next year we had already another baby, so we had 2 kids, and we had a really hard time in terms of, okay, how can we become what we really want? We both decided we want to build a business. So it was a realization that open our eyes. You know, what we're doing is, okay, we're working, but it will be like never enough for us. We need to move to different quadrant.
Yeah, so yun na. So nakita niyo yung next slide ko is ignore the naysayer. Why I post this one? Kasi that time nung nalaman ng uncle ko na magmo-move ako sa Philippines, kinausap niya ako and sabi niya, why would you move to a third world country? Kumbaga, Philippines is poor country, and he mentioned some of our relative family member na hindi successful din dito. So sinasabi niya sa akin, why you think you want to be Donald Trump or another business person, you won't make it in the Philippines. So grabe, kumbaga ako, syempre as a respect na lang sa uncle ko, I just keep saying, we'll see po. Itatry ko lang naman, baka mag-succeed ako doon. Pero talagang, grabe, that becomes my fire na I'll prove you wrong. Kumbaga, I think I have the tools to move to the Philippines. Yung skills ko get improved because of working in a restaurant. So, yun yung nasa isip ko. I need to prove my uncle wrong. And your parents, di ba? Parang very...
Same thing with my parents. So on that time in America, we were living for 5 years. My parents visited. They really loved it. You know, America is a very comfortable country. So I can say that that time I didn't have doubts. It took me, years and years. Honestly, he started talking about moving to Philippines early on in our relationship, but I was like, I'm not ready. I was getting used to America, and then I have to change. I don't know language. I don't know the culture. There was a lot of no. But a lot of things changed. So there was one moment that I was just listening to one program. I think I was driving, and I was like, I have to follow what my husband is leading me to. So it's kind of, you have to take that leap of faith that, if your husband keeps on telling you, okay, let's try to live in another country, let's try in the Philippines. I just want to believe, I want to trust him. I want to trust him as a leader of the family that, okay, we have to try. So as you can see on this slide, so we actually decided to move. So we sold our Mercedes Benz. We sold another car that we have, and I think we had like $20,000 from all the things that we sold. Yeah, and we moved with 2 kids, without dog, here in the Philippines. Also, what helped me to say yes, because I saw a mango farm that belonged to Eric's family, and they had a rest house here. So that's actually the Torres farm that's right now. So we moved here in their rest house, but except that rest house, there was nothing except cows and mango trees. So how can I say, like, my first year in the Philippines, a lot of people actually don't know. On the moment when I moved to the Philippines, I had already my YouTube channel. So I was singing Tagalog songs. It just happened during our wedding. Someone recorded me singing Tagalog songs. I love singing Tagalog songs, even though I didn't understand, but my YouTube channel actually kicked in that year, and I had offer from GMA 7. So the YouTube that time, I actually didn't monetize it. We didn't know how to do that. It was just a regular, I post, me singing Tagalog a couple of times. And the YouTube was doing great, but in terms of money, we didn't get actually anything from that. Another thing, I signed up with GMA 7 with one of the agents. Same thing. There was no job opportunities. They told me, okay, sit down in your house and learn Tagalog, and come over when you're fully speaking Tagalog. So I was in my house here. I was adjusting to the weather, super mainit. I had no friends, and I'm learning Tagalog. I'm watching the TV shows. I was like, okay, I have to get to memorize kahit anong salita so I can speak. Then after siguro 9 months of doing that, I had no success. And Eric told me, okay, maybe you can try modeling. There's you're pretty, so let's just do a couple of headshots and try. So we did that, and for 3 months, I was going to every single audition,
every day,
TV shows, anything that they will send me, I will go, I will audition. But for 3 months, unfortunately, I had no success. So I even did acting classes with Gina Lahar. So like the life for the first year was pretty tough. Very, very, very tough. And there was a moment, we would go to sleep, and I would say a prayer to all of us, and I would say, okay, we have food, we have a house, we're safe. Let's just be grateful. Okay, even though our career is not going anywhere, let's just be thankful. Something will happen one day that will help us out. Yeah.
So ako naman yung first year ko. So I take my license real estate broker, and fortunately I passed. And I nag-umano ako ng isang maliit na office in Nai, Cavite. But also the thing is, like, for 1 year, I cannot close a deal. So ang daming tripping, ang daming this. I cannot close anything. So parang parehas kami ni Ana. Siya more on modeling, ako more on real estate. So our saving, yung dinala namin 20,000, is nawala na. Kumbaga, it's really tough. So parang minsan iniisip mo, talaga bang hindi tayo dito? Baka kailangan na natin bumalik sa Amerika. So yun na yung next option. We need to move back to America. So parang ano ko na lang, lununin ko na lang yung pride ko. Then I'll tell everyone like, yes, I didn't succeed in the Philippines, so I'm back here in America. And so after nun, I got a call from an ABS-CBN and asking me if I want to join Bet on Your Baby. It's a contest of for Judy Ann Santos is the host. And sabi ko nga, audition na naman. Parang lagi na lang kami nag-audition ni Ana. We don't get anything. Pero after the next day, sabi nila, oy, hindi ka na kailangan mag-audition. Pasok na kayo sa celebrity edition. So sabi ko, oy, perfect. Kasi I want, inaano si Ana, parang exposure. Kasi since nagmo-modeling siya, baka makakuha siya ng break doon.
Kasi yung that time, me and David just recorded song kahit maputi ng buhok ko. And it was really, really
Viral.
popular. It was viral, Like I was even surprised that it can be. So I was popular. I was popular, but yeah, we still struggle.
Yeah, struggle financially. So, umatin kami ng Bet on Your Way without any thinking, okay, basta sa akin, more of exposure of Ana. Yun lang. And there we go. So, for some reason, even though ang gagaling na mga kalaban ko, I was praying to God na please give me like the right, like clear mind. And with that prayer, biglang lumiwanag. Kumbaga, ako yung unang nakasagot doon sa round na yon where napunta kami sa final round. So para siyang we didn't give up and there's like a place and time that the tide will turn. So ngayon, nung nanalo kami dito, 30% of it binigay namin actually sa charity, sa mga katulong, sa mga employees namin. Naubos din agad siya, pero that time si Ana becomes yun, ito na.
Yeah, sa akin naman, it was a lot of opportunities open. Like, I think right after exactly nanalo kami sa Bet on Your Baby, parang yung turning the switch. So, my modeling career bigla nang sumabog. So, like I was the face of East West for around 10 years. I modeled for SM, shoe. I had so many TV commercials like Hansel, Clear Scar. Like I don't know. It's like it was really fun. For around 2 years, I was an active model. Without actually being model before. It's pretty amazing that that opportunity was open for me.
Yeah. So as parang pagtapos siya ng modeling, I start closing deals as well. So parang sabay kaming biglang nag-blossom. Kumbaga, finally, so hindi na namin kailangan bumalik sa Amerika. Then there we go. We got an opportunity to open a tourist farm. Actually, wala siya sa plan. Since we're doing good on what we're doing, as a real estate broker, si Ana sa model. So, nagkataon lang na nung nagka-close ako ng deal, portion of it from the family lot, nilagay namin sa tourist farm. So, nagpalagay kami ng mini swimming pool and 8-room accommodation for my auntie, tito, titas from America. Kasi pag umuwi sila dito, wala kaming mga kwarto. So, nagpagawa kami ng 8-room for 8 of them, then 1 swimming pool. So that's December 2015. And after January 2016, nag-uwian na sila sa Amerika. Then, yun na namin naisip na maintenance pala nito is mataas. Kailangan mo ng pool boy. So now you need to have a gardener. So as you will see on that picture, ako yung naglilinis ng swimming pool. So it's tough. So ang ginawa ko ay give up my real estate office. And sabi ko, sige, I'll try this. Rent out, to open it in public. So actually, there's only 4 of us employees. So me, my manager, one of the manager na actually fresh graduate, and 1 pool boy and gardener. So nagsiswitch lang kami. So all the ginagawa nila is kaya kong gawin. Kasi minsan ako yung nag-housekeeping, ako yung nagpa-front office, so everything. And the funny thing is like on the first month, on February, we made total gross of 50,000 peso. So that's for the whole month. So actually we're bottom, like negative, especially sa mga payroll pa lang. And at that time, I made 5,000 pesos. So I was thinking like, is it right na I give up my broker, which is, I'm doing good already, and usually, laway lang ang puhunan mo doon. And this time, I need to wake up early morning just to
6
check.
in the morning, 5 in the morning.
5 in the morning just to check the swimming pool if it's good. Kung hindi, I need to vacuum it. Then I need to stay very late, especially kung may accommodation kami na kailangan kong ibili yung guests ng pagkain since wala kaming pagkain sa loob. Ako yung take ng order para mag-drive at maghanap ng pagkain para sa kanila. So, yun yung naging start ng Torres Farm. It's a struggle.
Mm-hmm.
Then, after a few months, actually, yung ginawa namin concept, since that summer did good, yung April and May, kasi it's summer vacation. So kahit pa paano, may pumasok naman ng pera. But June, July, August, so we're underwater again. So for almost a year, Torres Farm is in negative. But, so naging namin, since may mga pumupunta naman, sabi ko kaya, maglagay pa kaya kami ng dalawang swimming pool. But since the family is not planning to expand, so ang ginawa ko is naghanap ako ng investor, which is yung mga cousin ko. So I asked my cousin, hey, do you guys want to put another swimming pool? So instead of one big swimming pool, ginawa namin, gawin natin pocket pool, pero gawin natin ibang bansa. So
actually, the number one bakit ginawa ng ganyan yung concept, we both love traveling.
Yes.
The idea that you can bring different country here in the Philippines, and at the same time, it's just like a swimming pool, but it has a different theme, different landmark. It was really unique. I was really excited that people can do that. And at the same time, we didn't have money.
Yes.
Like our budget was so tight. Okay, you have only like, for a swimming pool, but you need to be in like 1 million.
Yes, oo. So parang ganoon, paano namin papaluguin ito with no that much capital? So ito yung nakikita nyo. So we get connected with producer, director, so they use our property as their shooting ground. So mostly ex-deals. So that's the time like, wow, biglang dumami ang followers ng Torres Farm because of those celebrities. So ganoon ang ginawa namin since wala kaming pera pang advertise. So we did it through ex-deals. Yeah, so ngayon, yun. So yun na, moving forward, so medyo lumaki na si Torres Farm. So yun yung naging vision namin. Actually, nung ini-start ko siya, sabi ko lang, I'll be so happy if this will be known in my community. Then after nun, wow, okay, nakilala na siya. Sana maging kilala ako sa Naic Cavite, even though there's more bigger hotel or more bigger resort than us. So sabi ko, sana maging kilala ako sa Naic. Then now, we're considered as the happiest place in Cavite. And now if you ask a Naiqueño, what's in Naic? They always say, we have Torres Farm. Before, pag tinanong isang Naiqueño, what's in Naic? Mapapakamot ka, like, ano nga ba meron sa Naic? So, wala. But now, it becomes a tourist attraction, and I'm so happy that I made my community, made my people here in Naic to be proud of what we did. So, iba yung naging feeling na yon. So, yun, continuous yung vision namin. It's like, to be the most visited resort in the Philippines. Of course, marami pang ibang resort na mas malaki sa amin, but of course, it will not stop there. So, continuous kaming gonna grow. That's why me and Anna keep exploring different parts of the world so we can add the idea here in Torres Farm. And of course, like sinabi nga ni Anna nung conference na we want to create hundreds job opportunity to hundreds of our people, not just actually in Naic, but mostly in Cavite area. And of course, like to be more known globally.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so ito na ngayon ang Torres Farm. So we have 38 different attraction. 38 ka ba?
38 countries. So
yes.
Basically, you can see here the most known is Paris, Leaning Tower of Pisa, England Stonehenge. We have Chile. We have London, Dubai, Burj Khalifa. We have a Christmas village, which become a really big hit during the Christmas, we have Christmas parades.
Yeah, so actually from 4 employees, so now I have 150 employees included yung mga concessionaire. So napalaki for now, for after 8 years. So this is what we built right now, and we're so happy that parang arami namin napapasayang tao because like hindi na nila kailangan mag-ibang bansa and very expensive. So dito parang sa worth 230 pesos, they can tour around the world in one day. Yeah, so ito yung parang nagiging crowd na namin ngayon na dati kung kumikita lang kami ng very little, ito yung crowd namin. Like, alam mo yun? So, ang saya talaga makita na yung mga tao, ang saya nila. Di ba? Iba yung feeling.
So, no. Actually, nag-join ako sa Torres Farm. It was 2017. So, hindi agad. Kasi, I was making as a model like 200,000 and I was happy with doing what I am. But then Eric was saying to me like, I need some help, and I felt like, my I'm a business graduate, I need to do something about it. So, and I know I can do a lot more than just modeling. Modeling is just for a short period of time. So I changed it. I remember my first salary here was 10,000 pesos. But I joined Torres Farm Resort and it gave me a lot of fulfillment in terms of handling people. But of course, I had to adjust. So handling Filipino crowd was a little bit different. I had to learn Tagalog. That's number one. Kailangan ko ng kausap ng Tagalog because they will not understand some of my instructions or something like that. But after a while, nagiging yung biggest problem natin and challenge in Torres Farm is the food. Most of the food was outsourced. So ibig sabihin, the customer had a choice to order in McDonald's, in Jollibee, something like that. So we had that as a biggest problem. Ako naman, every single time when we encounter problem, we have to consider that this is opportunity. Yes. And I was terrified, I was terrified. Wow, it's opportunity, but we both coming from restaurant. We know how hard it is to handle restaurant business. How hard is the food cost and the people, the people turnaround. It's not an easy business. Okay. But me as an entrepreneur, like I had to step into that shoes. I had to face my fears. Number one, I was already mother of 3. So I had my hands full. But at the same time, I was afraid to venture. Even though like Eric, at least he had his parents, they do some business, real estate. I was facing my fears. Like, okay, I have to start somewhere. So I think it was 2018 when I started like a small tent. So my first puhunan was around 30,000 peso. I bought a blender and we start serving some shakes, konti ng food. And the same time, I enrolled in SKD Academy. So I model for them, as you can see. But at the same time, they give me a scholarship to study. And I took that opportunity because I want to know the kitchen from inside out. The same time, as you can see, I had a lot of top student performances, and I wanted to learn costing, how to make a proper quotation, how to make a proper recipe that hindi kalugi. And then with the time, I was able to actually grow my tent into Hawaiian Cafe. And I found a really great partner, Edmark Bustos and Nika. So you can see them. And we opened our first Amare in Torres Farm. It's also, actually, this picture, it's also a very challenging time. It was during the pandemic that we had to open. So I'm very grateful for my partners, finding partner that will push you and give you the right advice. So me and Edmark was talking that time. Are we gonna do it during pandemic? Seriously? It's so scary. Like even resort, we were closed for months.
Years, actually.
Yeah, yeah. We had no business. It was the toughest time for resorts, honestly. And Edmar told me, "No, Anna, we should do it. We should try it, and let's just face what we need to comply, all those details. Let's learn." And that's what I did. From One Amare and Hawaiian Cafe. Right now, me and Eric, actually, we are into 5 Amares already. So we involved with our group, and we join also other ventures like with Wilma Dassen, Chicks Ni Otit, and other things. So basically, from being small business owner, I really took an opportunity to learn how the business work, how to operate and balance things up. So here we go. What's our next slide?
So these were our intake
Yeah,
of this business. So what we learned, ito yung aking mga top 5. Mostly ito parang sa ni Arnold Schwarzenegger. So it's always like the ignore the naysayer, which is like kung nakinig ako sa tito ko that time, I think baka nasa Amerika ako. Maybe I'm the manager already in Benihana. So I'll be siguro now it will be my 25th year in Benihana. So good thing I didn't listen to him. Then of course the start small, never give up. It's like choosing the business that I don't even have an idea. It's really so hard. Like especially kung parang you're in Naik, ano mapupuntahan sa Naik and why people will go to Naik to go to your resort. Parang it will not make sense. Parang pupunta ako na Naik para mag-swimming. There's so many resorts close to Manila. Or so why in Naik? But of course, yeah, we never give up. And now we're in the position where we're competing against like bigger resort. And of course, the work hard. Like I need to wake up very early and stay very late. So talagang ginugol ko yung oras ko noon. So ngayon hindi ko na siya ginagawa kasi na-experience ko na lahat yon. Kumbaga from every gardening, pool boy. So kaya dito kahit sino sa mga employees ko will tell me what to do. No way. Kasi I experienced everything before they come here. And the next one is like have a vision. So para kang yung you're the captain of the ship. And if you don't have any vision, so parang wala kang mapupuntahan. So we have direct kung ano ba yung gusto namin positioning in the business in the next 5 years. So I'm also teaching my staff na ito yung gusto ko. You need to follow my direction kasi if you cannot follow why you're in my team. Then of course also giving back, like grabe with all the God's grace na nakuha namin, what we have right now, it's because of him. So ngayon we need to give the people chance how to be successful. So kumbaga sa mga staff ko, I teach them how can be, hindi naman sa inaano ko na magnegosyo kayo, makawala kayo sa akin. Hindi. It's of course you want to teach them na there's an opportunity. I'll be your mentor. I'll give free mentorship para so your family will have a more better life. Yes. So yun yung aking intake, and I know this is Anna's intake.
Mm-hmm. For like me coming from a regular family, and if you're going from the step, okay, I was employer before, employee, and now I have to start a new business. Just exercise what you guys believe. Of course, if your belief is limited, that's what you're gonna be. But don't compromise your values. A lot of things here going on, even in the Philippines, that not all the partners that you're gonna find, they're gonna share your beliefs. So don't compromise things that in your core you believe. Treat people nicely, okay? Your employees, your customers, your partners, have that integrity that to build relationship with them. And next one, start small but dream big. I love starting small thing because that gave me the leverage. Okay, I don't need to invest that much, but at the same time, I learn. I focus on the growth, and I learn how to become bigger. I exercise, and then I multiply what success I achieved on the small business, and then I just kind of grow it into next and next. The same time, educate yourself, invest into yourself. Another thing that I believe, don't give up when you fail. Failing is part of the business, part of the any I would say any process. Yeah, fail is normal. A lot of people fail and they give up. No, it should be fail, stand up and try again, reevaluate what you're doing wrong, and then consistently apply it on your business. Build support group. That's I think my favorite. I don't know why it's last one, but it should be the first one. Build support group. Involve your partner into your business. Okay, why I'm doing that? Because my partner support. This is where we learn. I can't even imagine myself right now if I don't have this partner with me, Eric. Like he's my partner in social media. He's my partner in business and in everything that we involve. Yeah, sometimes we have a different businesses. Like for example, I was separate to run the food industry, so he gave me that chance. I give him also chance if he's making wrong choices. Sometimes, yeah, I will say it to him, but I will allow him to still make his own decision. And we would have numerous of nights. We would just have like teas and at night, and we will explain if we have a problem with the staff, if we have a problem with anything that we are going through, we will share it, and we give a full support to each other. Same thing, when we came here in the Philippines, we had one problem. Like we didn't have friends who are like-minded, business-minded, who's going through that thing. And it was such a blessing for us to meet our friends right now. We have a big group of friends who support each other. We go through the same thing, and at the same time, we don't compete. We are support, give advice and everything. And thank you to TRC that we can meet our mentors, that we can talk with people who build each other, not destroy each other. And this is very important for healthy business, to have that group around you, who you will hang out and who will just add more to you rather than pull up the energy, be negative. Sometimes our family, friends, they're negative. And when you're building a business, there will be this time even you're going to doubt it. So if you have that people who are very, very negative about everything, what you're doing, I don't think it will be successful.
Yes, so there you go. So here you go.
Here's
These
the Bailosa Squad.
The Bailosa Squad, and this is where I wake up in the morning because of this. So everything is for the family. Yes.
We also train our kids to do business.
Invest, yes.
Yeah, to invest, to do business. We are so excited to teach them that thing that when we were young, we didn't have chance to learn. And we want them to embrace. We don't want them to choose their career or something because they need to make money. We want them to choose their career because they
love what
you're doing. Yeah.
Yes.
The work and life balance, I don't think that's a real thing. When you love what you do, it's kind of gonna be a fun for you. I know Eric sometimes get lost in his job. I have to call him, come on, let's eat. Because we love what we're doing. We love our businesses. We're treating them as our family, our employees, our people who come here. I'm so happy sometimes to chit chat, to take pictures with them because we're enjoying it.
Yes. Yeah. So actually, we're gonna teach more detailed stuff in our
Yes.
this coming Wealth Conference, and we're so
Please
excited
join September
to
7 and 8.
to meet you, all
Yes.
of you guys.
You can also, guys, follow us on YouTube, Facebook, and social media,
Yes.
and you can ask us more questions there.
Yes.
Yes.
Hi, Grace.
Hello, grabe. Enjoyed that. Every bit of it. Siguro pinaka-take away ko, this
Hello.
couple is so brave. Ang tapang. Grabe yung courage to
Uy.
pursue different ventures and to go through it together. And what a wonderful, wonderful thing
Hello,
to
hello.
see. Yeah. Hello?
Okay.
Okay. You can hear me? Hello? Okay naman po ba audio natin?
Sige, sige.
Yeah, people can let us know in the comments.
Wait.
For
Parang
some
na-
reason, we cannot hear.
Oh, okay. Yeah, hoping everyone can hear me. Yan, comment naman po kayo. Yeah, I think we're good. There. So let's also take this time. We have a few minutes to ask them.
Naririnig ka namin sa cellphone but not on my laptop.
So let's also take this time. We have a few minutes to
Naririnig ka namin sa cellphone but not on my laptop.
Thank you.
Hindi kasi ito phone. I think it's Wi-Fi.
Yan. Okay. Let's figure it out. But, yan, as we've said kanina po,
Okay.
really thankful to this power couple for sharing their life story with us. Thank you for confirming po. Thank you. And, yeah, let's open the floor for questions. But I guess you will have a lot of questions to them on September 7 and 8, especially on business-wise. So, let's start with your questions. O yun. From Alma in Butuan. Butuan is the right pronunciation. Yeah. How's the tourism industry po now in the Philippines? Oh, what's their outlook? Let me put it in the comment section. Po now in the Philippines. Oh, what's their outlook? Let me put it in the comment section. Po now in the Philippines. Oh, what's their outlook? Let me put it in the comment section. Po now in
Huh? What's going on? Grace, can you hear us?
Yes, we can hear you
What's going on?
very clear.
Grace, can you hear us?
Yes. Good live, ganyan. It's okay.
Okay. There's some.
Okay. I'm sorry. There's some problem with the connection, so we cannot hear Grace on our main video. But we will try to answer the question. So the question was about tourism
Yes,
industry. Okay.
yeah.
Do you have any
Yes, actually, the tourism here in the Philippines is really
booming?
booming. Yeah. So, ngayon, ang raming ngayon taong naghahanap talaga ng mapupuntahan. Kaysa pumunta ng ibang bansa, actually, we have a lot of beautiful tourist spot just here in the Philippines. And it will be more cheaper, actually, instead of flying. So, here in Philippines, like tourism is really still very doing good. Philippines, like tourism is really still very doing good.
Yan. And another question is actually a follow-up. It's, do you consider expanding outside Manila?
Do we have any other
Another
questions?
question is actually a follow-up. It's, do you consider expanding outside Manila? Do we have any other?
Are you planning to expand?
About expansion, it's tough to expand, like especially with this kind of scale. Siguro we're gonna concentrate how because it's a 14-hectare land, so it's only 7 so far. It's only 7 hectares, the one we built. So let's see, after 14 hectares and it's still doing good, maybe that's a time we can consider putting it on the north.
North. Okay, sa north naman. Siguro ako my personal question, I'll type it here is a question is via chat. We're conversing via the internal chat, but my question would be what are the differences that what are your strengths as a couple? Yan. Doing business together.
What else strengths as a
Yeah.
couple? I think Eric's strengths is he's a risk taker. He would be the one who has an idea, and he will be the action figure. And I will be. What's my strengths? What do you think? Do I have strengths?
Yes, of course. Yeah. So, more on, gusto niya mas detailed. Ako more risk taker. So, si Ana siguro more on, teka, relax ka lang. I'll analyze things first, then I'll suggest if to minimize the risk.
I would say maybe because I'm foreigner, so I have a lot of different looks on the same problem. So I would give him, okay, this is the outcome and this is outcome. So if we, in terms of business, we will discuss it siguro longer because I would insist if we should take this opportunity. But Eric would be like the one who will be behind of, okay, no, we're going to do this. You know, so this is, I guess, our combination that will work together. That's our strengths.
Yon, strengths. Now we're gonna be asking you challenges. What was the most challenging problem you faced with Filipino customers? What adjustments did you have to make? What was the most challenging problem you faced with Filipino customers? What adjustments did you have to make?
With the customers, you know, I don't think the customers in the Philippines are really challenging.
Yes.
Yeah, I think they're really kind and really nice. Coming from US is they have a really high standard of customer service. Filipino are very considerate. Filipino would not, you know, boast out. They would be, you know, very nice about it, and they will let you know if something's wrong, so you have time to adjust, you have time to be. But Filipino in general, like as a culture, I think a very kind and
Happy.
hospitable. Yes, hospitable and kind. But of course, for me as Russian, you know, if I have a problem, like if in Russia we have a problem, what we do is we would say straight to the point, and we will not hide it, we will not mask it. Whatever it is, we will do we will say it. But dealing with the Filipino employees, I had to learn, I had to adjust that I need to be more patient. Yeah, I should think what I'm saying. You know, I cannot just blurt it out on them right away. I need to reserve myself first and then think, okay, how to deliver it.
Okay. This one is a question from our TRC member from MJ. He's about to open a resort in Kamsur. Do you think I should hire professional staff like manager to start? He's about to open a resort in Kamsur.
Wow,
Do you
congrats.
think I should hire professional staff like manager to start? He's about to open a resort in Kamsur.
Wow, congrats.
For me, kasi we start, actually, hindi ako nag-hire na mga professional. Like, I think it will help. Pero minsan kasi, if you hire a professional manager, yung overhead cost mo is high already. Unless na you have the funding, you have talagang naka-budget ka na to pay a manager, a professional manager. So yeah, it will help a lot if you will hire a professional. Pero kung you're just starting and you will, for sure, it will have a bigger budget. It's tough. So kami nagsimula sa hindi professional, then we hire a different one. So you until we found the right one. Kumbaga, but that time when the right one comes, our budget is already prepared.
Can I just add a little bit? No matter how good is your manager, you still have to be involved in the building of resort. Depende for your concept, depende on who are your customers. So you can adjust right away things and complaints. It's still, customer service is a tough industry, so you have to act right away. Professional staff will definitely help. But as much as possible, if you can be involved in building of your resort, that will be the best.
Yes.
But as much as possible, if you can be involved in building.
So we have another question. By the way, thank you for the wisdom. This one is from another TRC member. Ms. Julie is asking, did you ask any assistance or support from your municipality or government in building your farm resort, or did you do it all privately?
Your municipality or government in building your farm resort, or did you do it all privately?
Yes, actually, it's very important that the municipality involved, kasi sila yung magiging help mo for promotion. So we have a very good relationship with my municipality, especially like a mayor or sa mga tourism department. They help me what Torres Farm right now because of their help with their promotion and stuff. So yes, good relationship with the municipalities is great. It's very important.
Wow. Thank you. And just like Joni here is saying, ang galing, I hope that I also have that courage na meron kayo. Siguro, and as we wrap up,
Thank you. And
we just want to first thank both of you for sharing your life story with us, sharing the difficulties, the roller coaster that you've been through. Very inspiring. We just want to wrap up and ask you for what advice would you have for those who are going through changes, maybe, or starting something in their careers or in their businesses?
Who are going through changes, maybe, or starting something in their careers or in their businesses. Who are going through.
Yes, so like ako, di ba, from real estate, which is a lot of people get successful in real estate, but I jump on this real estate in this resort business. Siguro because I think nasa ano ko na I think I can do a change. I can do something that will make my people proud. So siguro yun yung naging ano ko, naging contribution, or meaning naging strength ko. Kaya I jump on this thing because I know I can make something this thing, right?
Yeah. So if you're planning to change, like you have in your guts, okay, this is something I want to do. I'm not sure what is it. You know, sometimes success is not measured literally in money. It's measured also in your fulfillment. So not all the jobs or not all the opportunities are going to get you there in big success of money, but it might be more fulfilling for you to be joining. So don't measure your success in just money. Measure it more of how about my lifestyle? This is what suits my lifestyle? You know, some business people, they go for money, but how about your life? Do you have the health that you need? Do you get your family time? So, you know, success gives us different tools, not just money. Success, ibig sabihin, like in what change you want to make in your life. So be mindful in jumping from one point to another. Not all the time you're gonna feel those money right away. They might come on time
Later.
when you're ready for that. So I think that's one of the things that I learned about also being entrepreneur. Don't chase just money, chase the change that you can make in the industry or in the place where you're going. And also, thank you so much for all the comments here and the questions. We're very grateful, guys. Um,
Yes.
I hope we answered everything right.
Yes, and I would love to have you invite them personally to your respective talk
I
on
hope we
September 7
answered
and 8 and
everything
Wealth
right.
Conference. Why don't you invite everybody?
To have you invite them personally to your respective talk
I
on
hope
the
we
September 7
answered
and 8 and
everything
Wealth
right.
Conference. Why don't you
Thank you guys so much for listening, and please come on September 7 and 8 on the Wealth Conference. It will be in BGC. So I hope in SMX.
Yes.
Mhm.
So yes, everyone, guys,
Join us.
join
It's gonna
us
be
this
really, really
coming
fun.
Wealth Conference September 7 and 8. So we'll be talking on the first day. So hopefully we can see every one of you guys. We can meet you guys and maybe we can chit chat ano yung mga question nyo regarding resort business. So hopefully we can help you guys out.
Yes, and we really want to invite them there because it's the opportunity to ask follow-up questions and ask questions to them personally in front of us. Or
Yes,
if
and
not naman, you
we
can
really
also
want
join us
to invite
online
them
on
there.
Wealth Conference 2024. And of course, we'd love to give a big round of applause to this power couple. Thank you. Thank you so much, Paul, for sharing your story with us. And we can't wait to hear more about it on Wealth Conference 2024 and inviting everybody. So much to learn from. And may mga pahabol pa na tanong, but we'll send them to you so you can include that maybe in your talk. daming and
Everybody, so
daming
much to
curious
learn
to
from,
want to
and
learn from both of you. But for now, this is up to where we can take you, and we'd love to see you on September
Yes, yes.
7 and 8. Thank you so much and see you
for now,
there.
this is up to where we can take you, and we'd love to see you on September
Yes,
7 and 8.
thank you so much. Thank you.
See you
I'll
guys.
see you all in 7 and 8 September. Thank you so much. Thank you.